Alt Resources will be the only royalty company listed on AIM. So, offers a unique opportunity for investors.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me today, Alt Resources Director and CFO-elect James Orbal. James, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us today. For those that are new to Alt Resources, could you give us a quick introduction to the company?
Sure, and good to speak to you too, Stephen. So Alt Resources is a recently formed company that is going to be focused on investing in the royalty and streaming business assets. We are very focused on growing the company reasonably quickly. In the near term, we are in the process of closing a financing transaction, which will be accompanied by the purchase of our initial asset. The team we have is an experienced team, very entrepreneurial, and we think we're well placed to grow this company over the medium term.
James, could you tell us more about that initial asset that you're purchasing? I think you announced it this week.
Sure. So the royalty we're looking to buy is from an ASX-listed company called Theta Gold, which has a South African asset with 6.1 million ounces of JORC resource. Our proposed transaction will enable Theta to build out its CIL processing plant, and we expect this transaction to be accretive to our shareholders, and also will allow Theta to progress in its plans.
Why do investors need exposure to mining, royalty, and streaming companies, James?
Well, if you look, royalty and streaming companies offer an excellent way of investing in the metals industry. Over time, royalty companies have often outperformed both mining companies and the physical commodity. And we think that this is an excellent vehicle for investors to gain exposure. The commodities that we're particularly focused on are gold and critical metals. As I'm sure you're aware, gold has been an excellent performing asset over the course of the last 12 to 24 months. And we think the outlook for that remains pretty positive. And the critical minerals that we will be looking at will be things like copper, lithium, graphite, which are connected to the build out of the alternative energy economy. As we transition away from fossil fuels. We also further believe that from our perspective, there is a funding gap in the market. We're focused on the sort of the medium cap, the mid cap sector of the mining sector. We believe that a lot of the banks have withdrawn from funding these types of companies on reasonable terms, and that offers an opportunity for us and our investors.
So, James, following that transaction, what can we expect to hear from Alt Resources over the next 12 months?
Well, in the near term, obviously, we're focused on closing our current financing and the acquisition of the Theta asset. Over the medium term, we have an additional pipeline of up to $100 million worth of other assets that we are reviewing, and we would very much hope to progress some of those over the course of the next 12 months.
And maybe finally, why should investors be excited about Alt Resources?
Well, we think that Alt Resources offers an attractive exposure to a way for investors to invest in the precious metals and critical minerals area. With the following the acquisition of Trident Royalties by Deterra in the summer, Alt Resources will be the only royalty company listed on AIM. So, offers a unique opportunity for investors. The team is a seasoned team with experience across both finance and the mining and royalty sector. And history has shown that if you look at the share prices of other royalty companies, then the initial stages often offer very attractive high growth opportunities for investors.
Well, James, I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress. Thank you very much for the introduction today.
Thank you, Stephen.
That's Alt Resources Director and CFO-elect James Orbal.